What if I told you there's a way to get rid of bathroom mold in just 7 days? That's right, without spending a fortune on expensive cleaning products and without scrubbing until your arms are exhausted. You know that black mold that insists on appearing in the corners of the shower stall, on the edges of the toilet, in the cracks between the tiles. That bad smell that never seems to go away. Well, today you're going to discover 7 simple habits that will completely transform your bathroom. And best of all, these are practices that anyone can do, regardless of age or physical condition. The secret lies in small daily actions that make all the difference. If you're tired of living this battle against mold, if you've tried everything and nothing has worked, I guarantee this video will change your life. These habits are so powerful that in just 1 week, you'll start to see real results. But be warned, if you don't learn these techniques today, you'll continue wasting time, money, and health on a problem that has an easy solution. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to reveal the most important habit of all, the one that makes the biggest difference, and that almost no one knows about. Let's start right now to transform your bathroom into a clean, dry, and mold-free place. Tip 1. Ventilate immediately after showering. The first thing you need to understand is that mold loves moisture. It feeds on it, grows with it, and spreads because of it. Therefore, the first habit that will change everything in your bathroom is so simple, you'll wonder why you didn't do it before. Right after you finish showering, open the bathroom door completely. If you have a window, open that too. Let the air circulate freely for at least 20 minutes. Many people make the mistake of closing everything right after showering, thinking they are keeping the heat out or maintaining privacy. But what you're actually doing is creating a perfect environment for mold to grow. The hot steam from the shower gets trapped inside, clinging to the walls, ceiling, and tiles. And do you know what happens when that steam cools? It turns into tiny water droplets that stay there, waiting for the mold to arrive and have a feast. Now think about it. How many times have you noticed that after showering the walls are all wet? Those little droplets running down the mirror, the shower stall, the tiles. Well, that's exactly what feeds the mold. When you open the door and window, you're allowing fresh air to enter and carry away all that moisture. It's as if you're expelling the mold before it even takes hold. This habit alone makes a huge difference. You'll notice that in a few days the bathroom no longer has that musty smell. The walls will dry faster. The air will be lighter. And the mold, it simply won't have the conditions to grow. But there's an important detail. If your bathroom doesn't have a window, don't worry. You can leave the door open for longer, about 30 or 40 minutes. Or use a small fan pointed into the bathroom. The secret is to circulate the air in any way possible. Some people install those automatic exhaust fans, you know? The ones that turn on automatically when you turn on the bathroom light. They also work very well. The most important thing is to never ever leave the bathroom closed right after showering. This is the #1 mistake that makes mold always come back. And look how interesting. When you create this habit, it becomes automatic. After a few days of doing this, you don't even need to remember anymore. Your body already knows that after a shower it needs to open everything up. It becomes as natural as brushing your teeth, and the results appear quickly. In 3 or 4 days, you'll already notice that the bathroom is different. Less humid, less stuffy, more pleasant. So write this down. Immediate ventilation is the first step to a mold-free bathroom. Tip 2. Dry the surfaces with a cloth or squeegee. Now let's move on to the second habit, which works alongside the first and further enhances the results. After you open the door and window, take a dry cloth or a simple rubber squeegee. You're going to wipe all the wet surfaces in the bathroom with this cloth or squeegee. It may seem laborious at first, but I guarantee it takes less than 3 minutes. And those 3 minutes make a huge difference. Start with the shower stall. Squeegee the glass walls or curtains, removing all the water that's stuck on them. Then move on to the shower area tiles. Slide the squeegee from top to bottom, eliminating all the water that drips down. Next, take the cloth and dry the faucet, the tap, the soap dish, anywhere you see water accumulating. You don't need to scrub hard, just wipe with the cloth to absorb the moisture. Many people think this doesn't make a difference, but it does, and it makes a big difference. When you remove this extra water, you're removing the food source for mold. Without water, without moisture, mold cannot survive. It's that simple. Think of mold like a small plant. If you don't water the plant, it dies, right? It's the same with mold. If you remove the water from it every day, it can't grow. And best of all, this habit prevents those black stains that appear in grout, corners, and edges. You know those ugly little stains that seem like they'll never go away? Well, they only appear because water stays stagnant in those places. When you dry everything properly, those stains don't even form. Some people ask me, but do I need to do this every day? The answer is yes, at least for the first 7 days. After the mold is completely gone, you can do it every other day. But in the beginning, when you're fighting the problem, it needs to be every single day without fail. It's like taking medicine. You can't skip doses if you want it to work. And look how interesting. When you create this habit of drying surfaces, you also start paying more attention to your bathroom. You notice if there are any leaks, if there are any dripping faucets, if there are any pipes with problems. This is great because you can solve these issues before they become bigger problems. Oh, and an extra tip. Always keep the mop or cloth in the same place, easy to grab. It can be hung behind the door, on a hook on the wall inside the bathroom cabinet. The important thing is that it's always at hand, because if you have to look for it, you'll get lazy and you won't do it. But if it's right there, close by, it's easy. You finish your shower, grab the mop, wipe quickly, and you're done. 3 minutes that will save you hours of hard work in the future. So remember this well. Drying surfaces every day is the second secret to getting rid of mold. Tip 3. Washing towels and rugs frequently. The third habit might surprise you, but it's extremely important. I'm talking about bathroom towels and mats. These items are veritable breeding grounds for mold, and you wouldn't even imagine it. Do you know why? Because they're always damp. You use the towel after showering and it stays wet. The mat in front of the shower stall is constantly getting splashed with water. And when these things don't dry properly, mold starts to grow on them. Sometimes you don't even see it, but it's there, hidden between the fabric fibers. And worse, it releases spores into the air which spread throughout the bathroom. That's why you need to wash your towels at least twice a week, and the mats at least once a week. I know it seems like a lot of work, but think about it. Would you rather wash your towels more frequently or live with mold growing in your bathroom? The choice is yours. And it's not just about washing, you know. It's important to dry them completely before using them again. Don't just hang a wet towel in the bathroom and think it will dry on its own. Because depending on the climate and the humidity, it won't dry. It stays damp there, creating even more mold. Ideally, hang the towels on a clothesline, preferably in the sun. The sun is mold's #1 enemy. It kills fungi, eliminates spores, and even leaves the towels smelling nice. If you don't have a place to put them in the sun, at least hang them in a well-ventilated place where the air circulates a lot. And when you wash them, add a little white vinegar to the water. Vinegar is fantastic for killing mold and bacteria. You can put half a cup of vinegar along with the soap in the washing machine. Don't worry about the smell, because after it dries, the vinegar smell will go away, and your towels will be spotless without any trace of mold. Now let's talk about rugs. Many people use those fluffy rugs in the bathroom, right? They're beautiful, comfortable, but they're also a problem if they're not properly cared for. The best thing is to have 2 or 3 rugs and alternate them. While one is drying or being washed, you use another. That way you always have a clean and dry rug available. And there's another detail. Don't leave the rug stuck to the floor all the time. When you're not using the bathroom, lift the rug and hang it somewhere to dry. It can be on a clothesline, a hanger, wherever works. The important thing is not to leave it there on the floor, damp all day, because that's how mold grows. Oh, and if you notice that the rug smells bad, even after washing, it's a sign that mold is already ingrained. In that case, it's best to replace it with a new one. There's no point in insisting because the mold has already settled deep into the fibers. And look, it's much more worthwhile to invest in a new rug than to keep breathing mold every day. Your health will thank you. So write down this tip. Clean and dry towels and rugs are essential to keep mold away. Now I need to take a quick break from the video to ask you a favor. If you're enjoying these tips, if you're finding them useful, click the subscribe button below. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos, and leave a comment telling me where you're watching from. I love knowing who's on the other side of the screen. It really helps me continue bringing you quality content. Now let's continue with more amazing tips. Tip 4. Keep the shower curtain stretched. Let's move on to the fourth habit, and this one is so simple you won't believe it, but it makes a huge difference. If your shower curtain is made of plastic or fabric, you need to keep it stretched out after showering. Don't leave it all crumpled, folded, or leaning against the wall. Do you know why? Because when the curtain is crumpled, the folds create pockets of moisture. The water gets trapped there between the folds. And these are mold's favorite places to grow. Have you noticed that mold on shower curtains always appears first in the folds, at the bottom, in the corners? That's exactly why. The water stays there, doesn't evaporate, and the mold takes advantage to spread. But when you stretch the curtain completely, you allow air to circulate across the entire surface. The water runs off, evaporates faster, and the mold doesn't stand a chance. It's a super quick gesture that takes 2 seconds, but it prevents hours of work later. Whenever you finish showering before leaving the bathroom, pull the shower curtain straight from side to side. Spread it out completely without any folds, and if possible, leave part of the curtain outside the shower stall. This allows for better air circulation and faster drying. Some people prefer glass shower enclosures precisely for this reason, because glass doesn't accumulate mold like curtains do. But if you have a curtain, that's perfectly fine. Just follow this simple habit and you'll see that the curtain stays clean for much longer. And there's another important detail. Wash the curtain at least once a month. Even following all these precautions, it's normal for it to accumulate some dirt, soap, and residue over time. So once a month, take the curtain out, put it in the washing machine with warm water and soap. You can add that white vinegar I mentioned before. And if the curtain already has black mold stains, you can soak it before washing. Put it in a bucket with warm water, a little diluted bleach, and let it sit for about 2 hours. Then just wash it normally. The stains come out easily. But let me tell you something. If you make it a habit to straighten your curtains every day, you'll hardly need to do this heavy cleaning, because mold won't even form. Prevention makes all the difference. It's much better to prevent than to have to scrub later. Wouldn't you agree? And look how interesting. When you keep your curtains straight, they also last much longer, because constant folds weaken the material, tearing and breaking it. A well-cared-for curtain can last for years. A curtain that's always wrinkled and moldy needs to be replaced every 6 months. So, in addition to preventing mold, you also save money. It's benefit upon benefit. Remember this tip. Curtains always straight, mold never again. Tip 5. Clean the drains. Weekly. We've reached the 5th habit, and this one is one that many people forget. But it's super important. I'm talking about bathroom drains. Those little drains in the shower, the sink, sometimes the floor. They are entry and exit points for water, right? And precisely for that reason, they accumulate a lot of dirt. Hair, soap, residue, lint, everything ends up there. And do you know what happens when these things get stuck in the drain? They start to rot. They create that horrible smell. And worse, they create the perfect environment for mold to grow. That's why you need to clean the drains at least once a week. And cleaning is very simple. First, you remove the drain cover. Most covers come off easily, just pull or unscrew. Then you remove all the dirt that's stuck there. Use a glove, a plastic bag on your hand, or even a small piece of paper. Remove everything, all the hair, all the gunk, all the dirt. I know it's disgusting, but it needs to be done. After removing the visible dirt, you'll do a deeper cleaning. Boil some water, about 2 liters. When the water is very hot, slowly pour it down the drain. The hot water will melt the grease, soap, and other residues that stick to the pipe walls. Then, you can pour a mixture of baking soda and vinegar. Put 2 tablespoons of baking soda directly down the drain. Then pour half a cup of vinegar on top. It will foam and bubble. This is normal. It's the chemical reaction that's cleaning everything. Let it sit for about 15 minutes. Then pour more hot water to rinse everything. There you go. Your drain is clean, unclogged, and odor-free. And mold-free too, because you eliminated all the moisture and dirt that was feeding it. But there's an important detail. Don't use harsh chemicals in drains frequently. Those strong, corrosive drain cleaners, they may work in cases of severe blockages, but constant use can damage the pipes, especially if they are made of PVC. Hot water with baking soda and vinegar usually works, and it's much safer, cheaper, and more environmentally friendly. Oh, and there's another trick that works really well. Put a small strainer or mesh over the shower drain. Those protectors you find in any home goods store. They cost very little and catch the hair before it goes down the drain. This makes it much easier to keep the drain clean. Just remove the mesh, throw the hair in the trash, and put it back. By doing this, you prevent the drain from clogging and make weekly cleaning much easier. And you know what else? A clean drain also greatly improves the smell of the bathroom, because that musty smell you sometimes get comes precisely from dirty drains. When you keep them clean, the bathroom smells much fresher. So don't underestimate the power of this simple tip. Clean drains, healthy bathroom. Tip 6. Use a homemade vinegar solution. Now let's move on to the 6th habit, and this one is one of my favorites. You're going to make a super cheap and super effective homemade solution to combat mold. And the main ingredient is white vinegar, which you probably already have in your kitchen. Vinegar is fantastic because it kills mold, bacteria, and eliminates bad odors. And the best part, it's completely natural, doesn't harm your health, and doesn't harm the environment. To make this magic solution, you'll need a spray bottle. It can be an empty one you already have, or you can buy a new one, which costs very little. Inside the spray bottle, you'll put half white vinegar and half water. It can be half and half, very simple. If you want to make the solution stronger, you can add a little more vinegar, but be careful not to overdo it because the smell gets quite strong. Now that you have your solution ready, you'll use it twice a week in all the places prone to mold. Spray it on the shower walls, in the corners of the tiles, in the cracks, in the grout, around the faucet, near the drain, everywhere. Let the solution sit for about 15 or 20 minutes. No need to scrub, just let it sit and do its work. The vinegar will penetrate the surfaces, kill the mold spores, and even remove those little stains that have already started to appear. After those 20 minutes, you can rinse with clean water or simply dry with a cloth. I prefer rinsing because the vinegar smell goes away faster. But if you don't mind the smell, you can just dry it. And look at the incredible result. In a few days, you will notice that the black stains are disappearing. The corners that were always dark will start to lighten. And that musty smell that insisted on lingering in the air will disappear completely. Some people ask me, but can I use apple cider vinegar or other types? I recommend white vinegar because it is stronger, more acidic, and doesn't leave stains. Apple cider vinegar also works, but it can leave a yellowish tint on very light surfaces. So for the bathroom, always prefer white vinegar. And there's another trick I really like. You can add a few drops of essential oil to the solution. Tea tree oil, lavender oil, eucalyptus oil. Besides leaving a pleasant scent, these oils also have antifungal properties. In other words, they help even more in the fight against mold. But this is optional, okay? The solution works perfectly with just vinegar and water. Oh, and keep the spray bottle in an easy-to-reach place. It can be under the sink, inside the bathroom cabinet, on a shelf. The important thing is that it's always within easy reach, because the easier it is, the more you'll do it. And the more you do it, the less mold you'll have. It's that simple. Vinegar is truly a powerful ally in the fight against mold. Tip 7. Check for and repair leaks. Here's the 7th habit. The one I mentioned at the beginning, that's the most important of all. And many people don't even realize that this is the biggest culprit for mold in the bathroom. I'm talking about leaks. That little drip of water that never stops. That always damp corner under the sink. That damp stain on the wall that you don't know where it comes from. These are clear signs of a leak. And until you fix it, you can do everything I've taught you so far, and the mold will keep coming back, because you'll be wasting your time with the tap running, you understand? The first step is to do a complete investigation of your bathroom. Look carefully under the sink, run your hand along the pipe, the siphon, the connections. See if there's any wet spot. Also, look around the toilet. Sometimes there's a small leak at the base that you don't even notice. And the shower stall, check if the valve is properly closed, if it doesn't drip after you turn off the shower. Examine the tiles too. If you notice dark stains on any tiles that just won't come off, it could be a leak coming from behind. Sometimes the problem is in the pipe that runs inside the wall. I know it sounds complicated, but it's not that difficult. You can fix most small leaks yourself. For example, if the faucet is dripping, it might just be a worn-out washer. Just buy a new washer, unscrew the faucet and replace it. There are several videos online showing how to do it. It's quite simple. If the problem is in the sink's drain, it might be loose. Just tighten the connections by hand or with pliers. Now, if you notice that the leak is more serious, then it's worth calling a plumber. It may seem like an unnecessary expense, but believe me, you'll save much more in the long run. Because an untreated leak will continue to cause mold, ruin furniture, rot wood, and damage wall paint. The damage gets bigger and bigger. And there's another serious problem. Leaks increase your water bill. That tiny, seemingly insignificant drop can waste dozens of liters of water a day. At the end of the month, the bill is high, and you don't even understand why. Have you thought about that? You're literally throwing money down the drain. And you're also creating the perfect environment for mold to grow. So don't ignore the signs of leaks. The sooner you fix them, the better for everyone. And you know what's even more interesting. After you fix all the leaks, the other habits I taught you become even more effective. Because you're attacking the problem at its root. It's no use drying surfaces, ventilating, cleaning drains, using vinegar, if there's a pipe leaking all the time, spraying water on the walls. So this is truly the most important habit. Do a complete check today. Write down all the points you find suspicious and fix them one by one. In a few days, you'll see that the bathroom is completely different. Drier, cleaner, mold-free, and your house will be healthier for everyone. Before we continue, let me tell you something quick. If you want to have a clean, organized, and fragrant home without wasting hours of your day or spending money on expensive products, I've prepared a complete guide with easy homemade recipes, a weekly checklist, and professional tricks that really work. The link is in the first pinned comment. Now let's continue with the video. Tip 8. Keep cleaning products properly stored. Now let's move on to the 8th habit. and this one is about organization. You need to have a specific place to store all your bathroom cleaning products and tools. That vinegar spray bottle you made, the mop, the cloths, the baking soda, everything. When these things are organized and easy to find, you use them much more. It's psychological. If you have to look for the mop every time, open 3 different cabinets, climb on a stool to get it up there, it's tedious. And when you're tedious, you don't do it. And when you don't do it, mold appears. It's that simple. So choose a place in the bathroom. It could be a cabinet under the sink, a shelf, any corner, and organize everything there. Hang the mop on a hook on the wall. Keep the spray bottle with the vinegar solution in an easily accessible place. Fold the cloths in a small basket. Keep the baking soda and vinegar together in a small box. Everything at hand, everything visible, everything easy to grab. When you do this, cleaning becomes a natural habit. You finish your shower, you already know where the mop is, you grab it and wipe quickly. You don't even need to sink. And there's another benefit, you don't forget to do it, because everything is right there in front of you. If you store things in complicated places, you'll forget they exist. You'll stop using them, and all the work you put into organizing the cleaning will go down the drain. Oh, and here's an extra tip. Always keep replacement products. Have an extra bottle of vinegar, a spare packet of baking soda, some extra cloths. That way you're never without, and you never use that as an excuse not to clean. No saying, oh, the vinegar ran out, I'll leave it for later. No, you have the spare one waiting. Just grab it and use it. And look how interesting. When you keep everything organized, you can also see better what's working and what's not. You notice which product you're using most, which one has been sitting there for months. Then you adjust, improve, optimize. Your cleaning routine becomes more and more efficient, and you spend less and less time on it, because you're doing it the right way, with the right tools, at the right time. And there's something I always say, organization is the foundation of everything. If you're not organized, it doesn't matter if you have 1,000 expensive products. Everything will be a mess. You won't use them, you'll waste money. But with organization, even the simplest and cheapest products work perfectly. So don't skip this step. Set aside some time today to organize your bathroom cleaning products. You'll see how much of a difference it makes in your daily life. Tip 9. Observe the signs of mold before they grow. The 9th habit is about prevention and attention. You need to start looking at your bathroom with different eyes. Don't wait for mold to take over before acting. Keep an eye out for the first signs. That little black spot that appeared in the grout, that greenish stain in the corner of the shower stall, that strange smell you notice when you enter the bathroom in the morning. These are warnings. It's mold trying to take hold. And the faster you act, the easier it is to eliminate. When the mold is still in its early stages, a simple cleaning with a vinegar solution will do the trick. You don't even need to scrub much. Just spray, let it sit, and you're done. But if you let it grow, it becomes a big problem. The mold spreads, penetrates deep into surfaces, and becomes much harder to remove. So get into the habit of doing a quick inspection every day. It can be in the morning while you brush your teeth, or at night before bed. Take a look in the corners, the grout, the dampest areas. It takes 30 seconds, but it can save you hours of work later. And if you notice any small stains starting, act immediately. Grab a spray bottle with vinegar, spray it there, let it sit and clean it. Don't leave it for tomorrow. Because mold grows quickly, especially in humid environments. It can double in size overnight. Oh, and pay special attention to some places that mold loves. The grout between the tiles is a favorite. Those white or colored lines between the tiles. Mold sticks there because the surface is porous and absorbs moisture. So check the grout every day. Another critical place is the lower corner of the shower stall. down where the wall meets the floor. Water runs down there, accumulates, and mold takes advantage. And don't forget the hidden places, like behind the trash can, under the sink, behind the toilet. These are places we don't clean frequently, and mold knows this. It hides there and grows easily. So at least once a week, move the objects and clean behind them. It's quick, but it makes all the difference. And look how great this is. When you develop this keen eye, you also notice other problems in the bathroom. A faucet that needs maintenance, a tile that's coming loose, a pipe that's starting to leak, and you solve everything before it becomes a big problem. This saves time, money, and worry. So train your eye, observe, pay attention, be smarter than the mold. Tip 10. Maintain a weekly deep cleaning routine. We've reached the 10th and final habit, and this one is what will keep everything running perfectly in the long run. You need to have a weekly deep cleaning routine for the bathroom. I know you're doing quick cleans every day, drying surfaces, ventilating, everything properly. But once a week, you need to do a more thorough, more meticulous cleaning. Choose a day of the week that works best for you. It could be Saturday morning, Sunday afternoon, any day you have 30 or 40 minutes free. And on that day, you will clean the entire bathroom carefully. Start with the ceiling. That's right, the ceiling. Many people forget, but the bathroom ceiling also accumulates moisture, especially if it doesn't have good ventilation. Use a damp cloth or a long-handled mop to remove any dirt or cobwebs. Then move on to the walls. Wash all the tiles with water and neutral soap. If there are more stubborn stains, use a vinegar solution or a little baking soda on a soft sponge. Scrub the grout well, because that's where mold likes to hide most. Next, clean the entire shower stall. If it's glass, use a specific cleaner or make a mixture of water with a few drops of dish soap. Wipe the entire surface, drying it well to avoid streaks. If it's a curtain, check that everything is all right, that there are no stains starting to appear. Then move on to the sink. Clean the basin, the faucet, the mirror, and the cabinet. Take everything out of the cabinet, clean the shelves, and put everything back organized. It's a good time to throw away expired products or products you no longer use. Clean the toilet bowl inside and out as well. Use specific products for this or a mixture of baking soda and vinegar. Let it sit for a few minutes and then scrub with a brush. Don't forget to clean the outside, the base, and behind it. These are places that accumulate a lot of dirt and we don't see them. Finally, wash the entire floor. Sweep it first to remove hair and dust. Then mop it with soap and water or use a floor cleaner. Go slowly, cleaning all the corners, under the toilet, and behind the door. And after everything is clean, open the windows and let the bathroom dry thoroughly. You can even turn on a fan pointed inwards to speed up the drying process. This weekly deep cleaning routine ensures that all the work from the other days isn't in vain, because it's pointless to dry surfaces every day if you don't do a complete cleaning once a week. Dirt accumulates little by little, mold finds cracks, and you end up losing control. But when you maintain this routine, everything stays under control. The bathroom is always clean, always smells good, always healthy, and you'll notice that over time, the weekly cleaning will become faster and faster. Because since you're keeping everything in order during the week, there isn't that heavy dirt accumulated. It's just maintenance, a general checkup. So put it on the calendar, set an alarm, do whatever it takes to not forget. Weekly deep cleaning is mandatory for anyone who wants a mold-free bathroom. Before I finish, I want to remind you of something important. If you want to have a clean, organized, and fragrant home without wasting hours of your day or spending money on expensive products, I've prepared a complete guide with simple homemade recipes, a weekly checklist, and professional tricks that really work. The link is in the first pinned comment. It's worth checking out to transform your routine in a practical and economical way. So let's recap everything you learned today. These are 7 simple habits that will eliminate mold from your bathroom in just 7 days. First, ventilate immediately after showering. Open the door, open the window, let the air circulate. Second, dry all wet surfaces with a squeegee or cloth. 3 minutes that make all the difference. Third, wash towels and rugs frequently to prevent moisture buildup. Fourth, keep the shower curtain always taut to avoid damp folds. Fifth, clean the drains every week to prevent dirt and mold buildup. Sixth, use the homemade white vinegar solution twice a week. Seventh, and most importantly, check and repair all leaks. This is the secret that solves the problem at its root. If you follow these 7 habits every day for the next 7 days, I guarantee your bathroom will be completely transformed. No mold, no bad smell, no constant dampness. And the best part, you'll keep it that way effortlessly because these habits will become automatic. It's not about doing a deep clean once a month. It's about taking small actions every day that prevent the problem. It's much easier, much faster, and much more effective. So I want to challenge you now. Start today. Don't leave it for tomorrow. As soon as this video ends, get up and do the first habit. Open your bathroom windows, let the air in. Tomorrow you add the second habit, then the third, and so on. In a week, you'll be practicing them all naturally. And the mold, it will go away and never come back. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, click the subscribe button now. Activate the bell to receive notifications of all new videos. Here I share practical tips like this every week, always thinking about making your life easier. And tell me in the comments, which of these habits do you already do? Which one will you start doing today? I love reading your comments, knowing how these tips are working in real life. And if you know someone who is suffering from mold in the bathroom, share this video with that person. You will be helping a lot. A warm hug and see you in the next video.